Welcome to Lost in Transit Podcast, everyone. I am your host, Spud Groshaw. Now we're in the midst of planning a grand 15-day adventure to China. And as Americans, we need to get fucking visas and our passports. Sometimes it's a little frustrating. China and Russia can kind of be frustrating. Anyways, since we don't live near a consulate, we had a third party do them for us. So we'd gone up to Seattle. We'd spent the day in Seattle, spent the night. The next day before our bus left, we went to a tiny little office somewhere downtown, had our passport photos taken, filled out some applications, and paid for our visas to be done. Now, if you've never done this before, it's a little bit more expensive, but again, we don't live near a place where we could just walk in and do them. So, short of flying to San Francisco and having them done, we figured a overnight trip to Seattle was better and much fucking cheaper, because with the bus ticket and the third party fee, it was still cheaper than flying to San Francisco. Crazy, right? Anyways, so, we filled out the applications. Actually, the lady filled them out for us. She asked us all the questions and we filled them out. She photocopied our IDs. She took our visas. And there are a few things about getting your visa for China that are sort of uncommon for getting visas, in my experience. Now, remember though, I've never had to do a lot of my visas. I've done the China one before, I've done the Russia one before, and I've done the India one before. Everyone else I've either gotten at the border or it's been done for work. Anyway, so 2 things that you need to have for China. 1, you need to have proof of travel. So we had to physically print out for each of us our flight confirmation, which, whatever, it's fine. Our flights were booked. Obviously, we're already going. But the hard one, the one that I think, maybe it's not hard, but the one that I think is a little difficult is you also have to have hotel confirmation. Now, we were going for 15 days, and we want to go to like 4 or 5 different cities. So to book hotels for all of those cities is a lot of work. And who knows if you're even going to get the visa, right? So what we did was we booked a room on Booking.com. Now, with Booking.com, there is no cancellation fee up to, that's like 7 days before your first day. So, we booked our room, we printed off our confirmation, and we gave that to them. And then when we got our visas, which we didn't get until I got to Europe, but Jess had sent me a message saying we got them, I just canceled the reservation. So now that leaves us free to travel to where we want, when we want, and not have to really worry about booking rooms until it's a little closer. But yeah, so you need proof of travel, hotel confirmation, you need 2 passport photos, at least 3 blank pages in your passport, and your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 more months. Pretty simple, right? That's what we thought. And it really was. We both got our visas, we both got our passports back within 2 weeks, so it was not that expensive. The fee, however, for the third party plus the overnight fees, the visa fee itself is $140. Yes, it's $140. And I think all in per person, it was $100 or $260. Basically, it's a convenience fee, so you don't have to go to the city the consulate's in, do the thing, and then get home. And this is the first time that I had ever gone into an office and done it. I've usually just filled out all the stuff myself, sent away my passport and my applications that I wanted to go to the countries I wanted to go to, and bam, it's done. It's really that simple, as long as you're not denied a visa, which I've never been, and hopefully you will never be either. So yeah, that's a little bit about that. Now, if you've been to China, and maybe you're from China and you have some sort of insight on some cool things to do in China, we are going to Shanghai. We are trying to go to... So we're flying into Shanghai and we're trying to go to Chengdu to see the pandas. I think that's the furthest west we're planning on going. And possibly down to Hong Kong. It seems like a lot of land to cover in 2 weeks, but who knows? If you've got any travel tips, secret spots, anything like that, shoot me an email. lostintransitpc@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Lost in Transit Podcast, or on Twitter and Facebook at Lost in Transit PC. Now, hopefully, I'll stop being blocked, so to speak, and I'll have some more informative podcasts in the future. Get lost.